Welcome to another episode, everyone. OG Blood member serves up Mob James. He talks to him on the phone and tells Mob James he was wrong for getting on the stand. He proceeds to say that Mob James has been through enough with snitching allegations and he should have went to the Tupac trial, got on the stand, and pled the fifth. He should not have said a word. But I don't know. It appears that perhaps he forgives Mob James, which is probably part of the problem. You all let me know if you believe Mob James was telling. This is OG Bonnie Hunter BJ speaking on the Mob James situation, but listen to the phone call that he has with Mob James as Mob James calls him up after he testifies in the trial to see if everything is okay. Did I do anything wrong?
DJ.
What's up? Who it is? I got a missed call.
Huh?
I got a missed call. Who is this?
This Mob James.
I'm a real one. But at the same token,
That was my point of calling you, because I value your opinion, my nigga.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
right.
I said,
that's the whole point. And that's why I'm respecting that. In
you said
return.
I'm checking your temperature. Why would I check your temperature?
Hey, listen, look, senior citizen. It's the wording, man. It's the wording, senior.
You nigga call me a senior citizen. Okay, I got you.
Hold on. We gonna get suited and booted, but first we got to come butt naked to the top.
We just saw Mob James go to court, and you and I both. He called you both. He called me. He called you, and he asked our opinion. So, if you want to share what you thought about this situation,
Man, it's like In-N-Out Burgers, man. It's like In-N-Out Burgers, baby. I ain't gonna sit here and bash the homie upside his head, cause I did it already. I did it verbally, my damn self, over the phone. Yeah, Jay called me right after the trial. He called me cause he respects my opinion and he respect me as the G homie he know me of. We grew up together, streets and the system. I knew the man in his real G days, nigga. He was one of them niggas, one of them real niggas, man. And when my phone rung, excuse me, hold on. When my phone rung, I look at the phone. Who's this call? I got a missed call. So I called the number back. Yo, somebody just called me. Yeah, it's Jay. Jay who, nigga? Bob James. Fuck you calling me for, blood? What you calling me for, nigga? Check my temperature, nigga? Fuck you calling me for? He go, hey, man, LB, hey, yo. Nigga,
That must be a different phone call than the one we just heard that he talking about. I didn't hear all of that.
Call you because, I respect your opinion. Yeah, no, nigga, you was calling me because you want to see what my temperature is like, nigga. You want to see if I'm against you or something, nigga. Listen, homie. No, nigga, I called because I know if anything, you gonna tell me the truth. You gonna lace me and tell me the truth, man. So come on, give it to me. So I go through my little fashion to cussing him out for a moment. We laugh like real homies. Then I say, no, Jay, listen, bro, on the real, all bullshit. The only thing I got to say about it, homie, and I'm telling TV Land the same thing because I told my homie already. And I even told him that me and Melly might touch a little bases on it. I said, not even being a mistake, but just the factor of who you are and what you've been through already over this internet via vice the rumors and the bullshit, you weren't supposed to never let the white people put you in that position. This was the time to put your G hat back on. You know how you said you didn't come down there with your burgundy on or your red and your derby? You should have came to court like that. You should have came to court like the OG Mob James, the reality know. Fuck the internet. They don't know you. We know you. You should have came to court like that. And when you came in, nigga, I would have never, everything I'm saying on this internet like this, that's how I told him in conversation. I said, nigga, I would have never sworn in. I wouldn't have put my hand up or nothing, nigga. That's step number one, so they can kick me out. I'd have came in when the nigga told me, put your hand up, do you swear to the Bible? Man, I don't believe in none of that shit, Ock. I ain't putting my hand up, none of that, Your Honor. I don't swear to the flag, and I don't. I ain't swearing to no goddamn United States flag. And why y'all even put me up in this shit, man? I don't know nothing. It's been 35 years. I said you should have got on the stand and pleaded the fifth. Fuck them. You didn't have to tell them white folks shit or say nothing. Plead the fifth, G1.
Because in context, if we put the context, a subpoena is only ordering you of.
Man, if Mob James, and I mean, I don't want any personal issues with this individual. I know of him myself. Actually, my OG homie called me the other day, said, man, you want me to call Mob James? I'm calling Mob James right now so y'all can holler tonight. I don't want to talk to him. Shit, I don't care. I'm going to run my content, and the bottom line is, you don't do anything wrong, I won't have anything to say about it. And the bottom line is, if Mob James is this super OG who used to be one of them dudes back in the days, as OG Bonnie Hunter BJ has alluded to right here. Shout out to OG Bonnie Hunter BJ. I mess with him. And this is the Hood Postman, the YouTube channel, the Hood Postman. Shout out to them that OG Bonnie Hunter BJ is giving this interview to. And as he said, he knows, Mob James from back in the days, from penitentiary. I'm sure he said the system and the streets. But if he was just individual that was so reputable and so strong, then I just don't believe that. I don't believe, not Mob James particularly, but anyone on earth. I just don't believe that you could have once been this person and now you became this person. I believe that that's who you always were. You just were able to hide it. It just had not come out for various reasons. And then a situation arose where it came out, who you really are. And that's going to happen. You're going to be tried and tested. And then the true you is going to come out at some point. I don't believe that you could have just been this big old killer and someone who was a stickler for the rules when you were involved in a game. But now things have changed to the point where you feel like testifying in a trial is okay. If you believed in certain rules when you were younger and you abided by those rules, then you will do that until you no longer have breath in your body. It does not stop. It never stops. You are who you are. You're going to uphold what you believe in until you die, and you're even willing to die for it. So that's just me personally. I've always believed that. So I just don't believe that. So Mob James is I was going to say extremely, but let's just, I don't know. I don't know him personally, but he's an intelligent individual, I'm sure. Because he's been around for a long time. He's made it this far in a very treacherous game. You don't make it that far unless you have some sort of intellect, how to navigate and maneuver. So he knows what the rules are in the game. He's an OG, super OG, triple OG from his hood. Used to be big old shot caller. He's named by Keefe D in the Tupac trials, being one of the individuals that was selling kilos of cocaine. Mob James, he didn't have his hands in everything they had going on over there. He's a part of the street culture. He does not need Bonnie Hunter BJ to tell him, I got up there and pled the fifth, and that's it. Let them catch you up like that. No, they didn't catch him up. He got on there and testified. He got on the stand and testified because that's what he wanted to do. And it's no one else's fault. It's not the internet, bro. It's not the internet. The internet is only covering what he did. The internet did not make him do it. And there's no excuse for it. He got on the stand and he did not help out Keefe D. That's it. At all. Not to say that he was trying to or wanted to, but if you don't want the internet talking about you, it's not just the internet. People in the hood talking too. Believe that are not on the internet. Saying, oh, no, hell no, that's all bad. That was all bad. Yes, he could have pled the fifth. I've said that from the beginning. That he could have just pled the fifth or not said a word, literally. Don't even say, I plead the fifth. You literally don't say nothing. What is your name? sit there and look at him. Are you going to plead the fifth? You just sit there and look at him. Do you know what happened with this case? You just sit there and look at him. Sooner or later, the judge going to say, get him out of my courtroom. You don't open your mouth at all to say one word. They should not even know what your voice sounds like in the courtroom. Not even to say your name. Do you solemnly swear to what, your white Jesus? With blonde hair and blue eyes? Hell to the no. And I have nothing to do with this shit. I told you not to call me, that I can't help you. I'm not going to say nothing. I told you not to call me here. But you threatened me with jail and made me come anyway. Okay, so here I am. I don't want to go to jail. But I'm not about to say a damn thing. You can't tell me what comes out of my mouth. You don't even have to say all that other stuff. I don't remember, it was 30 years ago. You can go that route if you want to, but you don't have to. You don't have to say, you don't have to explain yourself. You can just say, I plead the fifth. I'm not saying anything, or you don't even have to say that. You just sit there. That's it, man. He knows that. So the fact that he didn't do it is not the internet's fault, and it's not anyone else's fault.
Person's body court.
That's right.
They can't compel you. Now, if they ask you questions, you can say, I don't recall, I don't remember, I'll take the fifth.
That's right.
That's all you
Don't say nothing.
So now what has been done is he put himself back in a position of controversy over the internet, because you know the internet gonna take it and run with it. Us real ones and real niggas who know him and real dudes who know how to decipher and know the difference and shit, nigga look at it and say, oh, we know the difference. So, like I told...
Well, I must not be a real one then, because I don't know the difference. See, the internet gonna take it and run with it. I'm a part of the internet at this point. I'm an internet dude. I'm a content creator. I'm nice as hell. I don't want no problems. But it's not about the internet taking it and running with it. He said, Bounty Hunter BJ, and I respect Bounty Hunter BJ, and this is his boy. You know, we got to keep that in mind. This is his homeboy. He already said at the beginning of this interview, you know, I'm not going to go off on him. I'm not going to throw the homie under the bus. Already did that on the phone. I don't know which phone call he's talking about. Was it the same phone call we had just heard? But we didn't hear all of it, so who knows exactly what was said in that phone call in its entirety. But if it was someone else, he probably would get on him, right? And I'm not saying that that's just what it is. It may be the same way with me if it was my OG homie. I might try to excuse it or, you know, whatever. But not really, though. I don't see how I can excuse it. It's like, I may not come down super hard on him, which is not right. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's wrong for him to do it, then it's wrong for him to do it. That's it. And he says, BJ, the internet gonna come down on you. You know, he told me the internet gonna come down. Us real ones, he said, we know what it is. We know the difference, you know, and this and that. You know, people who know you from the street and this and that. But the internet is another. Okay, well, what's the difference? Explain it to me. No, he didn't get on the stand and say, yeah, he killed Tupac. He can't say he wasn't there. He don't know. He don't know that. But he said enough. He said enough on that damn stand. He certainly did not help Keefe D. His testimony was rather damaging to him. You may say, well, he's a blood, Keefe D is a Crip, or they have a history against one another where they've gotten into it. Just played for you yesterday, Keefe D, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the defendant in a Tupac murder trial, rest in peace to Tupac Shakur, was coming at Mob James, saying that he had been a snitch since 2005. So these individuals have a beef. So you may say, well, he's not there to help him or whatever. That's fine. It doesn't matter. The street code dictates, and that's fine if you don't believe in the street code and you don't care about the street code and you think it's all silly and dumb and all that. That's a separate argument. That's actually a secondary argument. The point is, there is one. And if once you take that oath and you are a part of it, whether it's dumb, stupid or not, you did it. You took the oath. You were a part of that stupidity. then you have to uphold it until you die. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There are no two ways about it. Yes, you can change. You don't have to be a street dude until you die. You don't have to be 90 years old in the street acting like some thug. But you carry the moral conduct with you until you die. You know not to flout certain rules, regardless of whether you are a part of that life anymore or not.
I said, man, your violation of it all was, nigga, you should have never got on here and let them start questioning you and putting you in the positions to where you had to stop to try to think. What it all boiled down to, Mob James, is the wording game, homie. That's the primary mistake a lot of OGs on this internet right now today, who are OGs that come on the internet and start getting on the internet and doing videos. It's the wording game. You gotta watch what you say, how you say it, and when you say it. I tell them all the time, it's the wording game. So I told him, I said, your violation was the wording game. And what I mean by that is, you should have pleaded the fifth, nigga. You should have never even answered no question, because you couldn't answer the questions, because you were stuck with your words. Your thought process didn't click in fast enough for you to even be able to answer that question spontaneously. Because in trial, and you understand, that's how you answer a question, spontaneously. Feel me? So, with that being said, all you had to do was say, nigga, I plead the fifth, I don't recall, I don't know, I don't remember. Now, with that subpoena, the body force, all it is a body force subpoena when they subpoena you like that. You don't have to come in and say shit. And then you can see in the comments, because I addressed it and told him, I said, go read all your comments. You're going to see where your controversy is going to come, ma. You ain't got to convince me, nigga. Now you got to convince them niggas on the internet, because this is where it's all going to come from. All the controversy will come from the comments. I say, read the comments. I say, see, you got a dumb nigga here saying, oh, if that was the DA that was questioning, he would have had to tell the DA all the truth. No, he wouldn't have had to tell the DA shit, dummy. Just like he had to tell that attorney nothing. All he had to do was say, I plead the fifth. It's in his constitutional fucking right.
We watched Dr. Fauci plead the fifth over, I don't remember how many times, but numerous of times.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't give them nothing.
Nothing. So it's like, bro, it's the internet, man. So I say that to say, yeah, man, I talked to the homie. You feel me? I gave him my version, gave him my opinion on how I felt. We laughed in the end. You know what I mean? He thanked me for it, thanked me for the advice. It's like he thanked me and reminisced on, you know, the Norm Steele situation and the Gangster Chronicles situation, going back into that, not going into depths and details. But, you know, back then, he knew I was right. And he had to dwell on that and contemplate on that. Like, damn, this nigga B been telling me right from the whole beginning, man. And so he just came to me with the appreciation of thanking me, man. And I appreciated it and told him I appreciated it in return, dog. But I'm telling you, I'm leaving you with this, hanging up this phone, nigga. What hurt me about it was getting on that stand like that and seeing how the white folks entrapped you with your wording, man, because you wasn't sharp enough and quick enough to be able to word bounce back with them motherfuckers. So the only way to protect yourself and protect the pride of your name, bro, because of already what you had to go through, feel me? You should have just pleaded the fifth. That's all you had to do, man. Bottom line, Jay. I holler at you, my homie, and we hung up. And I said, oh, before I go, I know you're gonna be doing interviews now, nigga, because I know they finna be calling. Yeah, they been calling me like a motherfucker, B. What you think? I said, nigga, go get your money. Go get your money. You might as well go get your money now, because the controversy is already out there. So you might as well go on and benefit off of it. But you can spin the narratives, though, by getting on here now, being man enough to admit to your own faults to the public and teach the youngins, bro, not to do what you did. That's how you spin it, bro. On that note, this is Bounty Hunter BJ, man. Rules of engagement.
Yeah, the youngins already know that not to do that. They don't need and get in here and apologize. Get your money. Nah, ain't no get your money. I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah, of course, this is a business. It's the internet and all that. But you do something foul, you should not profit from it. Particularly if you're going to be sending the wrong message. You know. we'll see what he has to say. I'm sure he's most certainly going to do interviews, as he said, as Bonnie Hunter BJ said. They've already been calling Mob James. He told Bonnie Hunter BJ, they've been hitting me up. Of course, they want to do interviews about this. The trial is going on right now. Someone's going to try to get him right now, fast, drop a quick video on it about his testimony. And he's going to, of course, say what he said. They're going to question him about the Tupac murder trial. But I'm sure he's going to say that he didn't say anything wrong, that he didn't snitch. Or maybe he'll say, maybe I shouldn't have did it. I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't even matter. He already done it. He already did it. So what difference does it make? And apparently he's going to make money off of it now. So as I said, it's nothing personal, whatever. Shout out to Bonnie Hunter BJ. Shout out to the Hood Postman. Let me know what you all think in the comments. You know how I am. I go on and on. Sometimes I'll leave it there. I have other work to get to. All this stuff is going on to Tupac trial. But we'll continue to cover it and see see the outcome of it. Many individuals are being exposed as a result of Tupac murder trial. Another individual came on there and snitched as well. And come to find out, he's been snitching since 2006. Dirt Rock, Devontae. Keefy D been snitching since 1998. Man, they all snitches. They all snitches. They all snitches. They all snitches. They all ratting. You can't trust any of them. These are your G homies. These are the individuals that are running the hood. They got 200 kilos in the hood that everybody look up to. Straight busters. Straight rats. Telling their own damn brother. They have no morals, no compunction whatsoever. I don't want to be a part of these type of dudes, and you should not either. That's what the youth can learn. Stay out of the street. Stay away from these type of individuals. They mean you no good. They're not even good for themselves or good to themselves. They're not even good to their own families. They have no moral compass. They'll throw anyone under the bus in order to save themselves. These individuals have been snitching for many years on the same individuals that they were in cahoots with. They have no fealty whatsoever, and it's really despicable. So yeah, we're going to continue to cover it over here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, as we indeed continue to cover the Tupac Amaru Shakur murder trial. Rest in peace to Tupac. There's so much coming out in the trial. I'm not doing it. I'm not snitching on anybody. I'm not saying anything. I'm covering everybody else and what they're doing in this trial. And it's all coming out that these individuals are snitches and been snitching for a very long time. What do you all say about Mob James and his testimony? If you have not seen his testimony, I covered it here. Go and check it out. His whole entire testimony. He testified on the stand in this trial. And let me know what you think. Do you think he should have said something or not? Now, of course, civilians are going to say, I don't care. Yeah, helping get the killer Tupac. We're not talking about that. We're talking about him upholding a certain street code, even though he's not a part of that street code anymore, part of the streets anymore. He's older now. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.